Alright, welcome and good afternoon to the easy city of Danville, California. This is Jojo Ortiz alongside my good friend and buddy Brad Ryan, subbing for my broadcast partner Richard Hirata, who's on the lanes right now bowling for the final match. Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Amateur Bowlers Tour Bay Branch once again presenting the final match.
Joe, this should be a classic match with Rich Hirata, 7-time titleist, against Terry Sexton, a 3-time titleist.
3-time titleist, Terry Sexton from Newark, California, against Richard Hirata from San Jose, California. Like you said earlier, Brad, Richard has 7 titles in the Bay Branch and 13 in the Southern California section of the Amateur Bowlers Tour, giving him a total of 20 titles as we watch him warming up on the lanes right now.
And what I really like about Rich is he's like a grinder. He goes every tournament, grinds out like a poker player, and he always finishes well.
So Richard Hirata, we'll just call him the relentless and the grinder Richard Hirata. And the very sexy Terry Sexton. Good luck to both finalists.
She's very positive, I think. It's going to be a tough match.
Terry Sexton on her way to the final match.
It's going to be a tough cookie to beat today, Bill.
Yes, Terry Sexton. I picked Terry Sexton to win this title. On her way to the final match, she beat Fred Rivera 169-163. Her next match, Fudo 187-158, and in the semifinal match, beating Ron Acosta 179-172.
Talk about 3 tough bowlers she had to beat there, Joe.
Exactly.
I mean, what a way to a final match.
Exactly. Fred Rivera is our defending champion here at Danville Bowl from last time we were here 3 weeks ago. Starting off on the left lane is Richard Hirata, giving up 8 pins to Terry Sexton of Newark, California.
Should be a really humdinger.
Or not, that's not the game yet. That's the last practice shot by Richard Hirata. We're going to be starting.
Here we go.
Yeah, we're going to be starting pretty soon here.
Sure.
Good luck, Rich.
Good luck, Terry. Here we go.
Our top seed, Terry Sexton, getting 8 pins handicap from Richard Hirata. Bowlers is the Amateur Bowlers Tour. Is the handicap event. Starting in March 8th at San Jose, we will be cutting down our qualifying squads to 4 squads on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. Starting off our final match, Terry Sexton on lane 21, leading the 1-3 on her first ball.
Going back to what you were saying, Joe, the Sunday times will be different also, at noon and 1:30. A little later start.
That's correct.
Entry, kind of like that.
Yeah, that's correct.
We had a great field today, 106, which was kind of nice.
106 entries today, 19 went to the semifinals.
Come on down, Bowl the Amateur Bowlers Tour. A lot of fun.
Our first place this week, Brad, is $700 without progressive. You add on the $920 progressive pot, which these 2 bowlers are in. Our first place amounts to $1,620.
That is some serious cash for a weekend of bowling.
That is a lot of cash.
You know?
I was down there on the lanes as well as you are earlier. We tried to make the cut, but the lanes were a little tough for our game.
Carrie.
The cut score this week, Saturday, is plus 80. The morning squad on Sunday was plus 50, and the afternoon squad at 1 o'clock was plus 80. As we see Richard Hirata here on the right lane, lane 22, leading the 3-6.
We have a tight match already.
8-pin differential.
Go wide, Joe.
Oh, it's a very thin hit, but got it anyway.
And he's thanking the bowling gods for that one.
That's right. That ball could be a little bit large, could be a little bit big. Not large. I'm sure he's bowling with Storm equipment as well as Terry Sexton.
Storm is the name.
Hey, they didn't both get drove. They didn't both win count. Get drove.
As we are told, there are some technical difficulties here on the scoreboard. The handicap is inputted in incorrectly. As we see Richard on lane 21, high flush hit, buries the strike, Brad. That's a good way to start. Clean frames after 2. Richard Hirata with a score of 20 in the first
What
frame.
is Rich throwing today? What kind of ball? The Storm, what is that?
Richard Hirata is bowling, throwing a Storm ball.
Of course, Storm. IQ.
IQ, yeah, made by Storm.
The Storm is
Oh, a very ominous second frame by Terry Sexton of Newark, California, leading the 6-7-10 split. Very wide, difficult split to spare.
Get it, Terry.
I'm sure she's going to give this a go. Terry over the fourth arrow, trying for the spare. An open frame for Terry on her second frame, giving her a total of 26 points after 2 frames.
6 pins.
Down by 6 pins to Richard Hirata of San Jose, California.
AKA the Grinder.
The grinder, the
Give him a
relentless
new name
grinder,
here.
yes.
Cool, there was another. Heck of a nice guy, too.
My regular broadcast partner. We were down in Las Vegas 2 weeks ago, bowling the Winter Nationals. As we see Terry very light on that head pin, leading the 2-4-5.
How did you guys fare in Las Vegas? I couldn't make that trip. Joe?
I made the cut. I made the top 59, but I lost my first match against.
Are either one of these two national champions?
No, I was one of the few national champions who made the cut.
Is that right?
I think there was a couple of national champions in the top 59.
One of the few from the B division say you're a national champion.
National champion.
Very nice. Very
Hey,
nice.
but I'm not down there on the lanes right now for the final match. I'm behind here, behind the
5-second rule, 1,000.
telephone camera.
We will be back to Vegas in April, correct, Joe?
Yes,
First
correct.
week of April?
First week of April, April 1 to the 6th is the Spring Nationals at Samstown Hotel Gambling and Casino for $25,000 first place. Folks,
Like fun.
if you are not entered in that tournament, get your entries now. Richard Hirata on his third frame, leading the 4-6-7 split.
It just seems to happen that way. You get an opening, you give it right back to him. You
That's
gotta jump
correct.
through that door and just take the lead there.
That's right. It's bowling.
Did not happen.
Did not happen. I thought he would take advantage of that open frame by Terry, but
Exactly.
obviously he didn't. He's here on lane 22,
Took the count. That's smart.
trying to pick up that big split. Unfortunately, an open frame for Richard Hirata. Our score after 3 frames, 48-34. Is that correct?
Yes.
Richard Hirata up by 6 points.
Anybody's now. It's early. Very early.
Very early on. Did Terry miss her third frame also?
Yes.
Richard Hirata on lane 21 for his fourth frame.
Ooh, tough to
Very high hit, leaving the 4 pin.
Which is very unique. He keeps the ball in play every shot.
Oh yeah, he does. Yes.
It's right there. The ABT condition is imperative to keep the ball in play.
That's very good observation from you, Brad. Rich is pretty much a straight up bowler. As we watch him here, trying to convert the 4 pin spare, his ball does not really rotate end to end. It's sort of like a sideways, kind of like
Keeps the ball in play.
it spins
makes
around.
Spares.
Yes, and he makes spares. That's his strong point. But I've seen Terry throw quite a few strikes. Like I said earlier, she beat 3 good competitors: Fred, Fudo, and Ron Acosta.
Talk about murderers row she beat pretty much.
Yes.
Those guys are going to be the champions there.
Terry's up on lane 22 on the right lane for her fourth frame. Over the second arrow eye.
Looks like 10 to me, Joe.
Hey, you guys,
Right.
as you can hear, the crowd is behind Terry Sexton at Newark, California. She has quite a few fans back here.
You got to get 1 strike before you can get 2.
Yes,
Very.
Sariba.
I think she's using a sink.
Yeah. Terry Sexton on the left lane using a sink bowling ball by from another Brooklyn hit, leaving a solid 6.
Pick it up!
Hey folks, our next event next week at Clayton Valley Bowl in Clayton, California. Is that right, Brad?
Yes, sir. Where's that? My first and only title in the Bay Division after 31 years, so anybody can do it.
Yes, sir, Bob. If Brad can do it, so can you. There's Sexton trying to convert the 6 pin all over. That's number 6 for a beautiful spare. After 4 frames of bowling, Richard Hirata still up by 6 points.
We have a heck of a match here, Joe. This is going to be, go down to the last frame, I know it.
Halfway through the match, on his 5th frame, Richard Hirata on lane number 22 with that very unorthodox style, a little wiggle of the
Size up that lane.
waist over the second arrow.
High.
High hit. Oh! A very inauspicious hit, leaving the 6-7 pin split once again. Richard Hirata seems like he's giving this game away. Terry Sexton is a beast when she gets going.
She's tough. Tough cookie. One tough cookie.
Very.
You go for the count here, Joe, or you try to make it?
I would go for 2 points. It's still early in the match. In the 5th frame, ahead by 6 points. I'd go for 2 points as we see Richard Hirata trying to orbit that ball over to the 6th pin, leaving the 7th pin standing for another open frame. Up on lane 21, carefully studying his strategy.
With that open, Terry opens up an 8-pin lead, Joe, in the match.
So you're telling me Terry Sexton took the lead sitting down?
Sitting on the bench, yes. It happens in bowling. A lot of pressure out there.
There it is.
We got a lot of money at stake here.
For $1,620, I'd be nervous too. Richard Hirata on the approach on lane 21. Over the second arrow, he dropped that ball a little bit. That ball needed to hook. It didn't hook, leaving the 1-2-8. He seems a little lost after 2 frames. He was doing good. It seems like he lost his stroke here. He's going to have to convert this to stay within striking distance of Terry Sexton, who's got the lead on the bench.
She has some fire in her eyes today.
Oh yeah, I've seen her bowl many
Win
times.
this match.
She is a beast. Richard Hirata luckily picking out the 1-2-8. That's a lucky break. I'd call that a lucky break for Richard Hirata.
Down by 8. That conversion.
Terry Sexton up quickly on lane 22, the right lane, for her 6th frame. Spare up in the 5th. Terry Sexton pretty much a straight-up bowler. She has 3 titles, so she knows how to bowl in these title matches. going for a very solid hit. Hey, we've got a lot of fans back here. We're gonna take the camera back here. We have a lot of fans for Terry Sexton. We see Bobby Crawford over here, one of the great fans.
Good announcer.
Yes, sir, Bob.
Tight match here, Joe.
Look like the crowd favorite is Terry Sexton. But Richard Hirata, with 20 titles under his belt, knows how to bowl in final matches. Terry Sexton, a little bit in the bucket. Oh, a very unlucky hit. A flush hit, leading the 8-10 split.
That ball came really light, Joe.
It's a half hit, pretty much. A half hit.
Man.
Oh man, I'd go for one. I'd go for the 8-pin here.
Could have really put Rich on the ropes with that. Right?
That's right. Unfortunately,
Takes the one.
he takes the 1 pin. That's a good strategy. 132 after 7 frames. Terry Sexton. Terry's on a mission. She hasn't won in the past 2 years. From what I 3 years, as corrected by Terry Sexton. Richard Hirata on lane 22 for his 7th frame. A very light hit, leaving the bucket. 2, 4, 5, 8. Is that correct, Bob?
That really hurts, Joe, with the count there. 6 count. It really hurts your score there.
Yeah, he's a little lost. He's coming up light. The last 4 frames, he needs to make an adjustment if he wants to win his 21st title.
If he makes his spare, Joe will have an even match after 7 frames. Even.
A scoring update from my good friend Brad Rhines. Oh, but missing the front side of the bucket. Only knocking down 2 pins. Score after the 7 frames. Terry Sexton 102. Richard Hirata 98. Terry up by 4.
12 sticks. 12 sticks with him.
Still a close match. Anybody could win this match. Richard Hirata up on lane 21.
Searching for that double. Need that 2-bagger.
Yes, sir, Bob. You would think, with Terry's open frame, you would think Richard will take advantage once again. He's going very... He didn't even hit the head pin, leaving the 1, 3, 1, 2, 4, 5. Is that correct, Brad?
Yes, sir. Ball his hand very well there, Joe. That makes a better shot than that.
Looked like he lost that on the downswing with that very unfamiliar style of Richard Hirata. Over on lane 21, trying to convert the spare, successfully doing so, keeping him in the ball game.
Anybody's match with 2.5 frames to go.
Terry Sexton up on lane 22 for her 8th frame. Looking up at the scoreboard. I'll move this camera over as I wanted to see Terry Sexton over the second arrow. It's going to be a high flush. Oh! Very late.
Broke up the 3, 6, 7.
7 pin going down very late. Breaking up the split, the 3, 6, 7 split.
Wow, what a break.
Leaving her the 3, 6 standing. That's a good break for Terry Sexton. Up on lane 22, trying to convert the spare.
Covers it nicely.
Covers it up. Walking over to lane 21
Still holds a 12
to begin her foundation frame. This is a foundation frame. This is a very important frame. As in all matches, Brad.
The 9th is a big one. You get one the 10th. Someone needs a 2-bagger here.
Come on, Terry.
There's Sexton ready for her 9th frame on lane 21. Right down to 17 board, the strike board, Brooklyn in, leaving the 6th pin.
Easy spare.
Hey, we've got a big crowd in the back there cheering for Terry Sexton. Crowd favorite, Terry Sexton. Very much in the ball game for her 4th title if she succeeds.
And not to mention the driver's seat at this point.
That's correct.
9 frames.
How many pins is she ahead, Brad?
She's hit by 12 pins still.
Up by 12 pins, trying to convert the 6th pin.
She makes it
She makes it easily. A little worried there, but she makes it easily. Terry Sexton.
up by 11 still.
Richard Hirata needs a mark in the 9th frame to stay in the game.
Pressure on.
Needs a strike.
Chance, yes. Gotta have a strike.
All right, we got Richard Hirata here on lane 22 for his foundation frame.
That's a better shot, Joe.
Between the 2nd and the 3rd arrow, a very high flush hit for a strike.
What a big shot that was. Big shot.
He needed that foundation frame strike. He throws another one in the 10th frame.
That's the lead to 1 pin.
That's the lead to 1 pin as the scoring update by Brad Ryan. A very important first ball in the 10th frame. A must situation here, right, Brad?
Gotta have it. Gotta put the pressure on.
He's taking his time. Hey, this is the Amateur Bowlers Tour. This is not the Professional Bowlers Association. We do not have a time clock set here.
Thank God for that. Okay.
We can stay here all day, all night.
Size of this land.
As
Really makes
Richard-
a good shot here. Keep it in play.
Richard ready for his 10th frame over the
Brooklyn.
3rd arrow. Brooklyn hit.
What a
Trips the 9 pin for a strike. The first double in the match. Giving him a 1 pin disadvantage. Cutting the lead by 1 to 1 pin.
What a lucky break that was, Joe.
Oh yeah, but that strike in that first strike in the 10th frame actually gives him an advantage because Terry still needs to throw her ball in the 10th
A good
frame.
count on, she's on a spare, correct. She needs a good field goal in the first frame of the 10th.
Okay, so Richard Hirata on lane 21 for his 11th frame.
Big shot here. Big shot.
Very deliberate bowler.
Come on. Hands don't move.
Richard Hirata
Kept
just
him
across.
Oh,
leaving a solid 4 pin on a very solid hit. Easy conversion for Richard Hirata, I would say. The 4 pin. So what's our situation here in the 10th frame, Brad?
Situation is
After 9 frames, Richard Hirata 147 strike up on his first ball in the
Terry
10th
needs to throw 20 pins to win this match, Joe, by 1 pin.
by 1 pin.
Being on a spare, she needs the 10 pin strike first for the count.
Okay.
You made the spare.
For those of you watching at home,
She needs the strike. We could have a tie here.
there's a possible tie if she throws a 9 count.
9 count, spare 9 would be a tie.
Okay, here's the situation on her 9 frame on lane 22. Terry Sexton looked like she's ready now. Over the 15 board, going Brooklyn hit. A 9 count is a possible tie. It's a possible tie if she picks this up and throws a strike on her fill ball. It could be a tie. All depends on this next ball by Terry Sexton.
A spare and a strike to win the match. A 9, spare and 9 would be a tie. Wow. I told you it would come down to the last frame.
For the conversion, looks like she's got this easily. All right, after
Strike, she wins the match, Joe. 9 count, we have a tie. Anything less is a loser.
anything less than a 9 is a loser. A strike is a winner. As the crowd urges Terry Sexton to get a strike on her fill ball.
What a match,
If she
Joe.
successfully gets a strike, she'll be a 4-time champion. Terry
Just like I
Sexton
predicted, Joe would come back to down to the last frame.
on a mission to get her green shirt. Terry Sexton seems like she's ready. On lane 22, this is the final ball of the match over the second arrow. Oh, very unfortunate hit. As you see Richard Hirata walking over, very happy. Winning the title, 21st title.
Nice.
Richard Hirata on the bench. 167, 165, our final score. Terry Sexton, a very, very courageous effort by Terry Sexton. Dejected. Oh,
What a match.
but she's being congratulated by other people also. As we see my broadcast partner, Richard Hirata, congratulated. Hey folks, our next scheduled event, as we mentioned earlier, in Clayton Valley Bowl, in Clayton, California. Do not miss that event.
What a match.
For Joe Daly, the Amateur Bowlers Tour Bay Branch Division, my broadcast partner Brad Rhines and Colleen Farbo. Congratulations to Terry Sexton and Richard Hirata for a great show. This is Jojo Ortiz saying so long until next week.